Jadon Sancho is an interesting one, guys. I did want to get your opinions on this because he's been training in the mountains with Kung Fu Panda, and he's back now. Do you think he's going to turn his career around at Man United, or do you think that's kind of it? Do you think he's done out here?
You see, for me, I think everybody deserves a chance. We don't know how he is because my thing is, we can't answer that unless we know him intimately. So if you know someone's character, you can like, nah, I'll back him because I know that he's got a strong personality, massive mental fortitude, and I know that he knows how to beat obstacles. Because say what you want about Cristiano, I may not be a fan of him as a player. He's got a strong mentality, so any obstacles that come forth, he'll see it through. Same thing with Ibrahimovic, strong, powerful personality. I will throw it maybe Mbappe. So my thing for Sancho is we just do not know how strong his character is. So this is going to be a test of your character. Like, are you able? Because it's not about talent now, bro. Ever since Dortmund, I know this guy is an extremely talented player. Talent is 20%. Talent is 20% of you as a professional. The other 80% is your application, your personality, your character, your training, your hard work, and how you can apply that talent. So the question right now is, who is Sancho? Who is Jadon Sancho? Are you a guy with a strong character that can be resolute and bounce back? Or are you, I mean, weak is too strong a word to say, or are you not, does not have as strong as a mentality, which means that it's maybe tricky for him to now go back to his best. It's just about who he is as a person.
I don't know. Like with Sancho, for me, I can't see it because of the way in which obviously Rashford's playing now. You've got Garnacho coming through. Obviously, you've got Anthony as well that you've brought in. I can't see him. He's not a type of player that necessarily fits into the Premier League. He's not. I think what we've seen is that the types of wingers that have succeeded in the Premier League are very rapid and fast, or their output is very, very high in terms of the assist. If you look at like whoever, I mean, a Riyad Mahrez, but even then he's very, very rapid. The output needs to be high. He doesn't do both. For me, he suits that kind of number 10 position a bit more, especially in the Premier League. I think the game's a bit too fast. I just don't see... He's not very athletic, and I don't see him really working out. I mean, he could come in and look, you never know, the way Ten Hag's galvanizing the team, he could come in and kind of revitalize his career, but I just don't see it. And I think that price tag is weighing heavy. And I think, look, Have Hope said we don't know his personality, but I just know, like myself, like, I mean, like for any player, if someone's paid 70, 80, 90 million for you, you know about it. And not a lot of these transfers that have gone through at that amount have really worked out. So yeah, I don't know. He might be able to revitalize it. I'm not too sure.
I'm 50-50 because I feel like Ten Hag's unsure about him. And if you don't have the full backing from the manager, then you're kind of doomed for failure. And it's not to blame Ten Hag, it's just maybe a feeling that he has. I think he has to show something, probably in the second half of the season, to say to Ten Hag, you know what, I'm up for this fight. Yeah, Rashford's playing well. Yeah, Garnacho's had to take my place. Yeah, you back Anthony, but I'm not going down without a fight. And I don't know if he's got it in him. And I don't know his personal character like that, but I know he's gone through a lot of personal issues this year, and maybe he's suffering. He's been suffering from that more than anything, and maybe he's been getting over that before he can actually come out better on the other side, if he is able to get over that. So I think it's a bit up in the air. I hope, because I think the talent is there. I think the talent is there for him to succeed anywhere in the world. I think we've got the manager that if he's ready, that he can do it. But I just hope that with the personal stuff he has gone through, I think there's been like a few deaths around him in terms of family and friends. If he can get over that and get his mind right as he's been trying to do, we've got a player on our hands there, and it means that we don't have to look at the wide positions for a long time. With Garnacho coming through, that's 4 players in those positions sorted.
Yeah,
and we had Diallo out on loan at Sunderland as well. So hopefully.
Yeah, look, I listen. I'm 50-50 as well. I want it to work, but I need to make sure I don't allow my want and desire for it to work to like cloud my logic. And how many players have struggled after 18 months under a couple of managers and then turned it round? Like, how many examples are there of someone then working? You'd have to research it. I can't think of any off the top of my head. You could probably argue he's not a talented, but you could argue someone like Jordan Henderson at Liverpool, as an example, looked dead in the water and he turned it round. And most people with their own clubs, I mean, you could argue Granit Xhaka's doing it in a different role and position as an example. And there may be a few others out there that everyone remembers about their own clubs. What I would say, though, is that Luke Shaw and Rashford's back to where he was. Luke Shaw has turned things round, but are we going to get consistency from them? I was about to mention David De Gea's form's turned around until that mad mistake the other day. But I'm hopeful, because if we can get him cooking at Dortmund level, again, that is just it's a new signing for the club. As cliche as that is, it's a new signing again for Man United. The saving grace is he's not 27, 28, 29, injury prone, etc. He is young still. So there is the opportunity to kind of turn this round. But I think Jadon Sancho falls into that category. Renato Sanchez is a prime example. There's another young player, João Felix, we've been talking about today. I just think he left Dortmund too soon. We all wanted him, but I think he probably should have had another couple of years in Germany, grown up a little bit more. I think sometimes there's just the lure of the money and the fame and it's Man United or it's Arsenal or it's Liverpool now, and I'm going to go. And I think some of these players would have been better off just staying where they were for a couple more years before maybe making these moves, but we'll see.